Senator Rosen.
Well, thank you, Madam Chair, for holding this hearing today, and thank you for the witnesses for being here. I'm going to thank the dad as well, and of course, all your parents, spouses, siblings, your whole families. But, this issue is so important because small business is the backbone of America. It really is part of the American dream, and I can tell you that in Nevada, 99% of businesses are small businesses, and so that just continues to grow, and it is a backbone of my state as well. And we have a really deep rural frontier state in so many ways, and small businesses, they just play a crucial role in my rural communities all across Nevada. And they're key employers from the backbone of our local economies. They help create wealth through long-term family business ownership, just like you're talking about, whether it's a family farm or some other kind of business. And so it's critical that we create the environment for our rural communities so those businesses can continue operating and serving the residents even after a change in ownership. So, Mr. Snyder, you're getting all the questions here today. Can you discuss the importance? You did talk about the importance of succession planning, but in rural communities, we have in Iowa, New Hampshire, D.C., I guess we have around us as rural, but rural communities may not have as many resources as maybe some of our urban communities just to seek out as far as even from the SBA or attorneys and the like. What can we do to be sure our rural communities don't get left behind?
I like the conversation around like economic development centers, family enterprise centers. Even think about like your schools, like alumni associations. So there's we've worked with colleges and universities, and perhaps there's a committee on entrepreneurship that alumni association has. So again, and it's kind of maybe
or community colleges,
like a community
even,
college.
Right? Yeah,
Sure. So I think it's critical for the rural communities because there's just less businesses there. And to your earlier point, really the backbone of that community. I think you were talking in your testimony about the Little League baseball team and the things that business owners do, particularly in those smaller communities. So I think I go back, I know I've said it 3 times now here in this hearing, but I think it goes back to education and just that critical mindset shift for the business owners and the people that surround them, provided through smaller organizations like a SBDC, alumni association, and again, changing that conversation.
Being sure they get out to our rural communities is particularly important. And
Right.
we do know they sponsor all the sports teams and so many other things. A lot of our social services are also sponsored and supported, local social services by our philanthropies, by our business community as well. And in Nevada, we're a younger state. We have a lot of first-generation business owners all through the state, 280,000 small businesses, like I said, and about 20% of them are Latino-owned, and many more minority-owned in general. And so they're incredibly small businesses, family-run businesses, first-generation businesses, and only half, particularly our Latino community, only half of our Latino business owners have a succession plan in place. And I'm concerned about the long-term success of these businesses. And so, Ms. Crosscut, we're going to move over to you this time. What challenges do you think first-generation small business owners, especially those maybe from some of our minority communities, face when navigating the complexities of succession planning?
I'm assuming it's overwhelming, for any first generation who is probably trying to figure out how to run the business and not really thinking about the exit strategy there. But I think there are a lot of those companies out there, right? That there are probably as many as there are retirees transitioning, and they need the same level of assistance from their advisors. There are all kinds of, potential challenges, right? Whether it's getting financing for what they need for the business, whether it's figuring out what the exit strategy will be, getting labor, there are labor shortages.
Labor shortages, very hard in our rural communities.
Absolutely.
Too,
So just the day-to-day is a lot, right, for any first-gen business. And then to sort of figure out what am I going to do next when the business has run its course and I need to retire.
That's right. Well, I see that my time is just about up, so I will yield back because are you quite ready there, Senator Hickenlooper? Or I'll turn it back to well, filibuster here. Thank you all again for being here. I yield my time back to Chair Shaheen. Thank you.